It's time for the 2021 Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce Installation of Board Officers ceremony, sponsored by Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. Now, here is your MC for the ceremony, Ronnie Dahl.
Thank you, Tyler. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this morning as we welcome and celebrate the new 2021 Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Boy, can we all agree 2020 was such a challenging year, but because of the board members, their creativity, their innovation, and ability to build relationships, countless businesses in our own neighborhoods, in our backyards, were able to survive, and even in some cases, they thrived. I joined so many other people in our community in extending gratitude to all of the hard work and dedication to all of the members of the chamber, because I know it hasn't been an easy year and you've put in countless hours to help our businesses and to help our community. And we all want to say thank you. So we have a lot to get to here this morning. So let's go ahead and start off the program. We're going to bring in Monique Harlan. She is with Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. Good morning, Monique.
Good morning, Ronnie, and good morning, everyone. As she said, I am Monique Harlan with Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. We have a branch located in this community in Commerce Township and also one in Farmington Hills. But today, I am pleased to welcome everyone to the broadcast for the 2021 installation of the Board of Directors for the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. These men and women embrace the Chamber's purpose, vision, and commitment to bring business and community together. I am confident that the wealth of experience and talent that they bring will be beneficial to the Chamber and in turn strengthen the community, and I commend them for it. Best wishes to you all. Back to you, Ronnie.
Because the challenge isn't over yet. 2021 is off to a unique start, and we are continuing to be in the crisis, but we have a great team leading us through this crisis. So if we can go ahead and take a few minutes, and if I could go ahead and introduce all of our board members. And with that, our president this year is going to be Vito Cucaroo. He's with Consult Vito. Great to have him with us. Vice President Stacy Zakovich, she's with Positive Shift. Treasurer Kay Fawcett with Block Advisors. Past President Linda Charter with Melaleuca Independent Consultant. Secretary Ambassador at Large Pam Zajac. And our general board members, Pam Dover with Comcast Business. Dan Durkin with the West Bloomfield School District, Tim Ferris, Upstream Investment Partners, Holly Francis, Connect Pay, Eric Glick with the Glick Law Firm, Kim Gussman with Beaumont Health, Shindy Hopkins with Flagstar Bank, Alan Mindo with National Realty Center, Shane Pliska with Planetera, Kathy Russ with the West Bloomfield Public Library, Eric Wallace with the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, and our good friend Kelly Woodley over at the Orchard Mall. So we want to say thank you to all of them for their dedication and their participation and their commitment to being a member of the board. And with that, we want to go ahead and bring in the Honorable Diane D'Agostini. She joins us to swear in the board's newest members. Take it away, Judge.
All right, thank you so much, Ronnie. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here again, a little bit different this year. I do want to congratulate the newest members to the Chamber Board. That's Eric Wallace and Holly Francis, and I really want to thank the rest of the board for the tremendous work that they've done this past year. Certainly they work hard every year, but obviously the challenges of this year put it into a new perspective. it's not hard to recognize that, however, despite all the challenges, we should just be grateful to be together and to be able to celebrate this event, to highlight the work of these businesses and organizations that make up this wonderful chamber. Friends, I have conducted the swearing-in ceremony for many years. Suzanne always calls me months in advance, and she did the same this year, but none of us could have imagined this year to be like this. When we look at times of challenge in history, we often talk about those who showed strength, understanding, wisdom, calm during the storm. And I think that can be said about so many of our local businesses. So I'd like to say, let us all give them a collective thank you to our small and large business owners, professions, and their workforce of dedicated employees for doing their very best to keep it all going forward for their customers and the public. So I am so grateful. God bless you all who work for this chamber. Now I do have the honor of administering the oath to our newest members. Mr. Eric Wallace, president of Henry Ford Hospital in West Bloomfield, and Holly Francis from Connect Pay. I see them on the screen. Good morning to the both of you. Now I understand the rest of the board is in the background somewhere. They're going to be doing selfies, which I still can't get right. So good luck with your selfies to the rest of the board. And, you know, you can see some of this when you check it out on Comcast 15, AT&T 99, Lakes FM 89.3, the Chamber Facebook page, and Civic Center TV's Facebook page. So, Mr. Wallace and Ms. Francis, if you are ready to take your oath, please raise your right hand. And repeat after me, please. I do as an officer or director.
I do as an officer or director.
Hereby swear or affirm.
Hereby swear or affirm.
That I will support the bylaws.
That I will support the bylaws.
And mission.
And mission.
Of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce.
Of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce.
I promise to be.
I promise to be.
A responsible.
Proactive
advocate.
Proactive advocate.
Of business interests.
Of business interests.
In the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce.
In the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce.
I pledge to uphold.
I pledge to uphold.
Our goal to help businesses.
Our goal to help businesses.
Grow and prosper.
Grow and prosper.
While improving the quality of life.
While improving the quality of life.
In West Bloomfield.
In West Bloomfield.
I will faithfully implement.
I will faithfully implement.
The duties of my office.
The duties of my office.
As a member.
As a member.
Of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce.
Of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Throughout my term.
Throughout my term.
Congratulations to the both of you. Ronnie, I'll hand it back to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Judge. I know you're on a tight timeline this morning, but I have to say one thing. The selfie is all about the angle, and we can teach you that. But we also want to extend our gratitude to you as well. And hopefully next year we can all do this in person.
Absolutely. I will be there. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again for your time this morning. So our next guest used to actually spend his days in the courtroom as a former assistant prosecutor. But in 2016, the Legal Eagle switched his focus to running the township, and we're lucky he did so. Joining us now is the West Bloomfield Supervisor, Steve Kaplan, with us here. Steve, good morning.
Thanks, Ronnie. Good morning. Congratulations to our chamber members and to the new leaders, and special thanks to Linda Charter for the wonderful work she did. I thought a little history of the Chamber of Commerce's might be interesting. So we know the definition of a Chamber of Commerce. It's a voluntary partnership of businesses and professionals working together to accomplish three functions: to further the interest of business, to build a healthy economy, and to improve the quality of life in a community. The first Chamber of Commerce in the world, as far as we know, was in France in 1599. And then the first in the United States was New York State, 1768, of course, New York Colony. But the most interesting Chamber of Commerce was probably Boston. In 1773, December 16th, the Chamber of Commerce in Boston hosted, sponsored, motivated, and planned a rebellion against England by way of boarding the ships for the British East India Tea Company and tossing overboard 342 chests of tea, which, of course, is very expensive. So although our Chamber of Commerce is very progressive and their leaders are true leaders, I don't think they're engaged in any anarchy against Michigan or the United States. Detroit formed its Chamber of Commerce in 1903, and there were 273 members paying $100 at the Cadillac Hotel. And the first in Michigan was Grand Rapids, 1885. So in 1912, President Taft had an idea. We need a United States Chamber of Commerce involving individuals, business owners, business leaders, employees from across the land. And so 1912 was when our United States Chamber of Commerce occurred or was implemented. But President Taft has three distinctions. Number one, he is the only president, he's the only candidate, major candidate running for president. He lost in 1912, as you know, to Woodrow Wilson. But he's the only candidate to finish third. He fell behind Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson. Also, President Taft is the only justice, or the only president of the United States who became justice of the Supreme Court, and that was in 1921. But the last distinction he holds, which is amazing, he's the first president of the United States to have major candidate who had the support of the Chamber of Commerce and lost. So Suzanne Levine, as you know, has been our leader for many years, executive director, and I think many people would agree she's not only the best executive director of a Chamber of Commerce in the United States and in Michigan, but also in West Bloomfield. So a hearty congratulations to all of you. We know that you can judge a community by the vibrancy of its Chamber of Commerce, and if that's the case, West Bloomfield has to be the best community in Michigan. Thank you, and back to you, Ronnie.
Thanks. And with that, Steve, any advice for the new members?
Well, they reach these leadership positions by way of being active and caring about other persons. But I would just say that all the chamber members, they seem to like each other. When you attend a chamber event, you notice that. And I think that these new members will help our community flourish. Thank you, Ronnie.
Well, thank you again. And we also want to say thank you to, we know this past year hasn't been easy for yourself and our other elected leaders throughout the greater West Bloomfield area. So our gratitude to you as well. There have been a lot of late nights for so many people, not only on the chamber, but for our elected leaders as well. And with that, if we could take a moment to pause as before we look ahead, let's look back as well. And if we could recognize a woman that not only was going through some personal health issues, but she has been a warrior and a champion and a hero for so many of our local businesses. And we cannot say thank you enough. If we could, Linda Charter, she's with Melaleuca Independent Consultant. Can we bring you in and can you share with us what this past year has been like for you?
It's been good and bad. I had chemotherapy, radiation, blood transfusions, platelet transfusions. Then I had a bone marrow transplant. So I had that in May. I really, if it wasn't for Suzanne and the rest of the board, I don't know how I would have managed to get through the year, but I did. But the pandemic has really clarified our focus on what is really important. And for me, that is our health. So life is incredibly brief, and every day is a gift and an opportunity to make a difference in the world. And I hope I did that through the chamber last year.
So, and with that, Linda, I heard that despite everything that you were going through, we're also in the middle of a pandemic. You never missed a meeting.
I don't think I did. I know that Vito a couple of times had to fill in. Even though I was at the meeting, I couldn't really run the meeting, but he filled in, and Suzanne was a really huge help, as she has been for everyone. So, you know, I managed to get through the year. And so this year, even though people are saying it's starting out bad, for me, it's really starting out good. I can work, I can, you know, do whatever.
Yeah, life is about perspective. And with that, 2021, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to in this year?
Perfect health, for one. The doctor finally said I could get the vaccine. So I know I will be making an appointment at Henry Ford Hospital to do that. What else? I really want to be still very, very active with the Chamber of Commerce. I love the Chamber of Commerce. I love Suzanne. I love everyone on the board. And I want to just thank everyone for everything they did for me last year and will continue to support me this year.
Well, the Chamber is a community, and you're a big part of that community, and you've been such a warrior and a fighter for the community and for our businesses. So we all want to say thank you as well.
Thank you very much.
And our biggest blessings for you in 2021.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And with that, you just mentioned Suzanne. She is another warrior and another champion for our business community. And so if we could go ahead and bring in our executive director for the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Miss Suzanne Levine. We've had so many conversations. You guys are doing amazing things through this pandemic.
Well, thank you. To say 2020 was challenging is pretty much an understatement. But I think if there's any takeaways from the year, it's that connection is not just a buzzword, it is the word for 2021. I think we all need to feel connected to something, to someone, and that's why the Chamber is here to help, connect our community to, beneficial community partners. We'll continue to strive and for connecting our business partners to our networking specialty groups like our Senior Resource Group, our WIN, our Women's Inspiration Network, our Business Innovation Generator, our BIG, and we're introducing some other new initiatives that will offer our community opportunities not only to connect with our board, which is going to be one of my initiatives for this year, is to make sure that our community knows who our board members are and that they can benefit from their experience, but also to introduce a Connect with an Expert and some other really great programming events. Hopefully that we can not only do some hybrid where we're in person, but maybe continue the success of our Vibe last year, which I'm very grateful to Motown Digital and Civic Center TV, because that 2-day extravaganza with a wealth of leadership, commerce, community, and finance and leadership issues really brought to the forefront all the wealth of experience and benefit that our chamber and our community offers. We owe a debt of gratitude to Linda Charter. She is not just our warrior, but she was a stabilizing influence in our chamber. And I know that she will continue to inspire us with her strength and determination. Our incoming president, Vito Cucaroo, has already demonstrated his commitment to the chamber. He's elevated our social media footprint, and I know that he will continue to be a driving force of the success of our chamber. And I'd be really remiss if I didn't thank some of our community partners, and I apologize if I've forgotten someone, but first and foremost, Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, Monique, I love working with you. Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, Motown Digital, Civic Center TV, the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Commission that continues to support all of this programming. The Oakland County One-Stop Shop Business Center, which has really proved to be a really great resource for businesses. Also, West Bloomfield Parks and Rec, all of our chamber members, our dynamic board of directors. And in the words of Abraham Lincoln, he said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So here's to creating a more positive, connected, and really, hopefully, better 2021. Thanks.
Those are great words there, and a great thought to go into 2021 with. Suzanne, we've had you on the show numerous times throughout this crisis and this pandemic. And in 2021, what is your biggest hope and your biggest goal going into this year? Because last year, you just had to throw everything and all the plans aside. But 2021 is a new year.
Yes, last year was more survival mode. This year, I'm really hoping to make sure that I connect with each and every chamber member again, strengthen those relationships, find out how we can really help them, and connect them, as I say, individually. I'm going to start partnering our chamber members with our board so that they can maybe, create some unique partnerships. Maybe they can do business with one another, but at the very least, learn from their experience. We have a wealth of experience on this board. We have Eric Wallace, the president of Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, who, certainly Henry Ford is the largest employer of people in this area and a really important partner. But we have other great chamber members as well that we're really looking forward to making sure that the community understands that we are here to support you. We want you to survive and thrive in 2021. So as I say, connection is the word for 2021. We need to connect personally, physically, emotionally, and of course, professionally.
Well, Suzanne, again, so much gratitude and thanks to you for all of your effort during this past year. I know it's been a challenging year as well for you and members of the chamber team, but you guys have pulled through and you are stronger because of it. So we want to say thank you.
And I want to say thank you again to Civic Center TV, you, Ronnie, Larry, Tyler, everyone that has done such a great job of making sure that all of our events are promoted. And we look forward to, even strengthening our relationship. And thank you to the community for supporting us. And we're here to support you. So reach out, go check out our website at westbloomfieldchamber.com. Contact me at wbloomfieldchamber@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you. Even if you're not a chamber member, maybe I can help you with your business strategies.
Yeah, it really is heartbreaking, Suzanne, when you go out and you see so many businesses that have closed because of this crisis and this pandemic, but we're hoping the ones that are still on the brink are able to make it through. So because of people such as yourself and your dedication and your commitment, hopefully we are going to survive, or we are going to be able to help more of these businesses survive. So thank you.
Thank you.
If we could take a moment now and bring in the new president. So 2020 is behind us. 2021 is in front of us, and we're not out of the crisis yet. There are still many challenges to be faced. And with that, let's go ahead and bring in the new president, Vito Cucaroo, with us here. He's with Consult Vito. So we're going to consult with you right now, Vito. What are your predictions for 2021?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored and I'm thrilled to be here. And today I wanted to talk about 3 items: 2020, 2021, and our chamber. 2020 presented challenges to everyone in every possible part of their life. I'm reminded of my mother telling me countless times over 2020, every day is a gift. And indeed a gift, and in many different ways, I would encourage everyone to reflect on how every day we have an opportunity to receive life's gifts, and I would encourage everyone to consider giving a gift to someone every day. 2020 has taught us to take nothing for granted. With that in mind, consider giving the gift of a phone call to someone who may need to hear a friendly voice, or the gift of time to an individual who may require assistance. Find a way to give a gift and be comfortable receiving a gift. When I sat down with Suzanne and we talked about our goals and strategic imperatives for the year, it was clear to us that we needed to give the gifts of assistance and support to our chamber members and the greater West Bloomfield community. With that mindset, we have built our 2021 activities around the central theme of the chamber will be a business resource for members and the community at large. Our strategic framework is built around 3 key initiatives: expertise, value, and profile. Regarding expertise, every month our groups will host virtual events until we can have in-person events. And here are the groups. Marketing. I will host 2 webinars a month with content from our strategic partnership with Google and my business relationships with various firms. The Women's Inspiration Network will feature women speakers talking about a host of business topics. The Business Innovation Generator. Join us for speakers that will give specific instructions and advice that will move your business forward. The Senior Resources Group and Senior Events. We have a dedicated group of businesses who want to reach senior citizens, and we put on events for seniors. The Connect with an Expert Group. Our board members will personally give webinars and talks about their areas of expertise. Regarding value, we're going to focus on bringing value to our members via inexpensive business opportunities. Regarding our profile, we will enhance the marketing image of the chamber, and I will personally lead this initiative. I want to kick off the business resource positioning with this offer to everyone in our community. If you have a business, you want to ask about your marketing, or you have a marketing question, I'll personally meet with you for at least an hour over Zoom. First, contact me with your business information and question. Second, I will review your marketing on my own and develop ideas for you. And third, I will have a consultation with you and give you ways to enhance your marketing. This will be at no charge. I am 100% committed to everyone in this community and making sure this chamber is your resource for business in 2021. It is my gift to you. Now, on a personal note, I'm thrilled to be president and part of this chamber. Our chamber does incredible work, and the central figure in our story is Suzanne Levine. People always ask me why I joined this chamber. Well, years ago, I looked at just about every chamber within a 100-mile radius of my business. I compiled a spreadsheet. I graded every single chamber on a number of factors. I went to events. I spoke to executive directors. I looked at their calendar. I looked at their newsletter. The number of criteria I used was very large. I didn't have a large budget, and I needed to make sure I was going to get maximum value for my money. Well, one day I went to a Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce event. I walked in, and this woman, full of energy, greeted me with a smile and said, "Who are you, and what do you do?" Well, I explained, I'm a marketing consultant. I help people align their marketing with their business goals, develop marketing plans, social media, everything marketing. She said, "Great." She grabbed my arm and started introducing me to everybody in the room. And she told them who I was, what I did, and that they needed to talk to me right now about working together. It was the greatest networking event I'd ever attended. After the event, she pulled me aside and said, "Well, what do you think?" Well, I said it was great. I said, "I've never seen anything like that." She said, "This is what I do. I connect people." She said, "It's my job to make sure you succeed and you grow your business." Well, I said, "Great." I explained I was really looking to get involved in a chamber. She said, "Well, that's great," because she's starting a new group called the Business Innovation Generator, and she said I could lead that group. Well, I signed up to be a member, and I've never looked back. Suzanne takes this job to heart. If you succeed, she succeeds. She will connect you with the right people. She is a dynamo. She is the engine in the runaway freight train that is relentless in her pursuit of your success. She is the gift the chamber holds most dear. Now, 2021 is ahead of us, and 2020 is behind us. And remember, every day is a gift for hundreds of reasons. I would encourage you to find your reason thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. And now back to you, Ronnie.
Thank you, Vito. And I've heard you've been such a champion for the chamber and for our local businesses throughout this crisis. And with that, you're a social media mogul on your own. What tips can you give for just anyone out there on their social media?
Sure. I would say the first tip is to be fearless. Not everything's going to go viral, and not everything's going to be a failure. And the more risks you take and the more willing you are to put yourself and your business and your brand and be consistent with who you are, and be genuine and be authentic. And don't be afraid to try something. And if it doesn't work, that's okay, because not everything is going to work. And if you are able to maintain that cadence and that rhythm and get your message out and make sure that you're in front of people, you're trying to help people, letting people get to know you, you will have success. It's a long-term play. And if you don't have 5,000 hits or 200 hits, that's okay, because the people who are following you are getting to know you. And that's really what's most important.
With that too, Vito, can we say thank you for everything that you've done throughout this pandemic as well?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But really, the board has been tremendous. And you know Suzanne as well as I do. She is committed. There isn't one conversation that I think I've ever had with Suzanne where she doesn't start with, people are hurting, businesses are hurting. Here's a list of people I'm trying to help. What can we do, Vito, to help this business owner, this individual? What can we do to assist them to get more business? Almost every conversation I've ever had involves Suzanne trying to reach out, connect with people. And if you ever have a conversation with her, one of the things she's going to say is, what can I do for you? How can I connect you? Who can I connect you to? We need to make sure that you're viable and that your business is going to be sustained. And we spent a lot of time in 2020 working on that. But really, that's Suzanne, and that's who she is. And she wants the community to succeed. She wants every business owner to succeed, because that's her metric of success. We're here to assist the community and the business owners of this area.
We are so lucky to have all of you as a part of our community. So thank you, Vito, but also thank you to all of the members of the board and Suzanne. We so appreciate everything that you do. And before we wrap up the show, we could take a few moments too and just also extend our gratitude to some of our sponsors that are making today's events happen. We want to say thank you to the Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, as well as Motown Digital. They are the machine behind the scene, making so many events happen, and we want to say thank you to all of them, and of course to Civic Center TV as well as all of the members of the Cable Commission. Thank you for your hard work throughout 2020, and here is to 2021. Let's hope that things are going to be better and stronger, and our businesses are the backbone of our community, and supporting them with organizations such as the Chamber is going to make all of us better if we just stay in this a little bit longer together. Thank you for being with us.
This has been a special presentation of the 2021 installation of board officers for the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Our executive producer for this production, Dave Scott. Supervising producers Larry Nyland and Tyler Kieft. Our host, Ronnie Dahl. Technical directors Breon Hayward and Larry Nyland. Special thanks to the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne Levine, Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, and the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission. This has been a production of Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM, a service of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission, with operations out of Green Media Center in West Bloomfield Township. Production services by Motown Digital.